The Mummy, a story about how for some reason people can see the literal gods of Egypt do loads of crazy stuff and still believe in Allah or Christianity. But if we shift the perspective from the iconic Mr. McConnell and instead focus on the cursed mummy, then it becomes a story about star-crossed lovers who wanted to be with each other by any means necessary, only to be executed in the most unimaginably horrific ways possible, and then to be cursed to take over the world. But to imagine that, let me just put you in his shoes. So imagine for a second that you are Imhotep, High Priest of Seti I, a long time ago in ancient Egypt. But you've been his priest for a long time, but what was really bad is you accidentally developed a crush on his main mistress, Anaxunamun. Not really your fault, half the kingdom feels the same, but the issue was that she fell in love with you too. And this kind of put you both in a bit of a pickle. Do you continue this affair under the ever-present threat of Seti I finding out, or do you stop? Well, you can't stop. But it all came to a head one day when you were stealing kisses, those fleeting moments as Seti walked in, saw that you had stroked her a little too hard. But at that point, the game is up. Seti would kill her for less. So, you have to save her, you have to act. And between the two of you, you are forced to do a little bit of cheeky regicide. But then, when his guards are kicking down the door, because apparently word travels through locked doors and through your most loyal advisors, and somehow instantaneously, Anaxunamun pleads with you to escape and for you to resurrect her, when probably you could both escape quite easily. And she kills herself for some reason, and you are forced to watch. And somehow, you manage to take her corpse from the guards storming the room and escape into the night and head to the city of the dead. All off screen, of course, because if you think about it for more than a second, it's a bit weird. But just as you're about to resurrect her, some of Seti's guards appear to stop it. Apparently, you should have brought your own warriors and not just priests or something. Hindsight is a wonderful thing. For your sins, though, they sentence you to the Hum Die, which is basically just a fancy way of getting carnivorous beetles to eat you alive and then curse you for all eternity. But for some reason, and honestly, you can't even understand the logic here, you will be cursed in a way that if your body is ever resurrected, you will be compelled to try and take over the world and become a plague onto the world and be bestowed with the literal power of the gods, like invincibility and controlling the sand. Either way, your worst enemies just gave you the perfect gift if someone ever tries to resurrect you. Why? Who knows? Don't think about it. Anyway, imagine your surprise when you are actually resurrected, which is fucking crazy, but the world isn't how you remember it, and the city of the dead is more of a ruin of the dead. And now you have that compulsion. Now you are cursed to try and take over the world. But luckily, within those parameters, you do have some agency. You can gaslight the curse into thinking that resurrecting your love will help you destroy the world, which basically means you get to resurrect Anaxunamun. Handy. But not before you have to recover your bodies. Unfortunately though, that means we're literally sucking the juices out of the guys who opened the box. And you do have to question, is this curse to punish you because right now you are the most powerful being to probably have ever lived? Or is it to punish the people who opened the box and set you free, and thus being a warning to people to not meddle in things that they don't fully understand? Right now, your only objective is to reclaim your body. So, you were walking around the ruin of the dead, and you happen to stumble on one of the guys that opened your box. He wears clothes you don't understand, and is moving around a bit like a blind man. So, naturally, his eyes are perfect for you, because I mean, like, he doesn't need them anyway, right? And you take his tongue for good measure, because why not? And you need a tongue to talk. But then some woman shows up, and she's kind of weird looking. You don't really recognize where she's from. But she kind of reminds you a little bit of Anaxunamun. Like, she is the one who freed you, and So naturally, to repay that debt, you just need to sacrifice her. But then more people show up speaking more weird languages. Than one guy with some strange looking sticks that creates thunder blows out your stomach, and you're just like, what the fuck is happening? Don't they know who you are? They should be bowing at your feet. You are inevitable. But they all escape, and you end up running into a guy who is probably the most spineless coward you have ever seen. But thankfully, he can speak a lot of strange languages, and even Hebrew. So, of course, you induct him into the team. And so, you and him head to where your future organs are going, which, judging by the pyramids and all of the architecture and stuff, is Egypt in the future. But now there's bizarre buildings and even these boxes that have circles attached to them that move incredibly quickly. Either way, your little friend shows you around, explains that they're called cars and not chariots, and then takes you to your organ donors. And so you tell that guy your objective. You want to get the Book of the Dead so you can resurrect your heart. Because of course, what is the point of getting all these other organs if you don't have the one that matters? And over the next few hours, you start practicing your plagues, which are actually the same as that Hebrew guy that stole the slaves. And you wreak havoc on these cities. You also learn how to suck off men a lot faster. But you end up running into those weird people that keep summoning thunder from tubes. But luckily, with your limitless power, it has no effect on you, so you can charge after them and... Damn it, man, why is there a cat there? Don't people know you're allergic to cat? Yeah, sure, they might be the lords of the underworld, but you are still allergic to them. So you suck most of the men off and unleash the last plague, pestilence, because apparently you got an STD. And with that horde, you chase after the last organ donor and catch up to the girl, and you offer them a deal. Naturally, you cancel the deal because you're quite literally an all-powerful god. Why the fuck do you care if you have made a deal with mortals? So you fly back to the city of the dead, flying as a sandstorm, which is awesome. But then you see something in the sky. It's like a bird. It makes a lot of noise though for a fucking bird. And the girl, she gives up the game. She almost seems friendly with it. And so you conclude, because you're an intelligent guy, that this must be those other people. So, using your infinite power, you take them down. And get the ceremony ready. Finally, you can resurrect the woman that you love and complete your duty as the curse requires of you and take over the world. Not that you particularly care, this is all just to get an Axunamun back, but you know, you'll happily take over the world as well, who cares? But again, those men show up just at the right moment, using the Book of Life to thwart your plans and even gaining control over your undead army, and you are forced to watch as your lover gets brutally murdered in front of you. Another time you watch her die, and imagine you've waited all these years to resurrect yourself. Commit heinous acts to be with the woman that you love, only for her to get killed twice in front of you, and your heart is hardened. Then, the strange people make you immortal and stab you, which is awfully inconvenient. But imagine your surprise when you are resurrected again, this time by a huge group of people who are your actual followers rather than just some randoms like before. You don't know where they came from, but you're not going to complain. And to top it all off, an Axunamun is there already, and she brought with you the girl from before to sacrifice just for the shits and giggles. Truly, this woman is the most amazing person you've ever seen. And this is the very reason why you would go to the ends of the earth for her. You would go to the underworld. You would do whatever it takes. You would go the distance. But it seems that this Axunamun is not the one that you remember, unfortunately. She might think that she is, but her soul is still in the underworld. But they want you to defeat the Scorpion King and rule the world. Now, honestly, this is completely in line with the original curse, so naturally, you are obligated, but also with an Axunamun being the one to resurrect you, it kind of feels like destiny. And have this opportunity to rule the world and be with the woman you love. Who wouldn't take up on that offer? Like, you're a capable and sensible guy. You'd be a great world leader. Plus, you have complete deniability because you are only working with the parameters of your curse. And if you didn't do it, then you'd probably disintegrate again or something. So, in a court of law, well, you don't know what a court of law is. In a judgment, you'll be fine. But it turns out that guy from before is there. Always a thorn in your side. You cannot help but appreciate the sheer tenacity of this man, because he is trying to save the woman that he loves. And you respect that deeply. But it turns out that everyone is using these fucking thundersticks now. So, of course, you unleash your priest, because apparently thundersticks don't work on the undead. But you guys get away. So you show Anaxunamon a taste of the life that you're about to bestow upon her. But still, you cannot help but marvel at the fact that the world is like this now. You are in a whole different place made of hard grey granite or something. People still live in dwellings, but there are like real roads and pavements, but this is still England, so not really. Anyway, they ended up kidnapping some random kid, which is just wild, but he has the bracelet of the Scorpion King, and with that, you can take the army of the Scorpion King. Actually, it's more like the army of Anubis, which is even better. So you meet this child, and you try to be reasonable. You're not actually a monster, and this kid is just caught up in something he doesn't actually understand. It's not his fault, and he must be completely scared shitless.
My dad is going to kick your ass.
Wow. Okay, yeah, you were totally wrong on that one. Still can't kill him yet, though, because apparently bracelet, like you could cut off his arm. Why are you not doing that? So, you do trick some of these other non-Egyptian mercenaries into opening your box, because of course you need them to do that so you can suck out all their juices and become whole again. And with that, you begin your quest to find the Scorpion King. And honestly, you're kind of glad this cursed thing has happened to you now, because like, what the fuck were those priests thinking? You've been handed everything you could ever dream of purely because you killed Seti? Like, why didn't you just do this fucking sooner? Plus, now, you live in a time where people aren't perpetually dying from dysentery and plagues. How can it get any better? And it also seems that Hebrew god lost all of his power over the years, the same one that brought down all of those plagues, and the Egyptian gods still actually have some power here. And you bounce from location to location using this magical thing called a train and then some camels. Where did this all come from? You fucking don't know. And so you show Anak her past, mostly because you need an exposition dump. But it turns out that that kid has been making miniature replicas of all of the ruins that you've been going to, and I mean, they are fucking flawless. And he did that with just a bit of water? Huh? Oh, okay, yeah, no, that kid is crazy intelligent, no? So you find out that his parents are there, so you send this big old wave to deal with them. Kind of reminiscent of the Big Sam thing you did before. And then you head to Amshir. Damn, it's like raptors jumping from bushes or something. But you do escape with Anaxunamon, and losing all of your men doesn't actually matter all that much, because with the army of Anubis you'll literally be unstoppable regardless. So a few measly mortals are not worth the effort, to be honest. Seriously, like before you were kind of a guy, right? And now you're just you're a bit of a dick. Ooh, very nice. You arrive and you get to kill that woman. Timing could not have been better, and so you leave those idiots to grief, because you know you actually could have killed them there and then, but like, why would you do that? What are they gonna do anyway? And you head inside. Oh god damn it, they actually made you mortal. Oh my god. But that's okay, you've been mortal before and you still came back, right? So you bang on this huge gong, and that same guy from every other time comes in with a battle axe and a face that says, "I'm going to fucking murder you." Okay, dude's like in his villain arc or something, but he seems to be flourishing. But he actually does want a fist fight. Well, you kind of have to oblige because you don't really have any special powers anymore, so, you know, you guys have a little cheeky 1v1, but halfway through, you are very rudely interrupted by something that is straight nightmare fuel. And with all of the marvels of modern technology, they couldn't make him look good. Tragic. So it's like Anubis gave him that form and made you mortal. It's not really fair, is it? Still, you can wrangle this to your advantage. All you gotta do is get the Scorpion King to kill that other guy, and then you kill the Scorpion King afterwards. Or vice versa, it doesn't really matter, just as long as one dies and you kill the other one. Oh, they have the Spear of Horus. Absolutely fine then. All you need to do is steal that, and then kill everyone. Easy peasy. Damn, man. So, this guy just stole the army of Anubis and sent it away. Like, didn't even get tempted for a second to try and rule the world. Like, what? What kind of cringe lord does that? And you're left there dangling. Okay, yes, this is what love is all about. All you need now is Anaxonomon to save you, and everything is good. Oh, damn, man. After all that, everything that you did is all for nothing. She left, and you can't believe it. She was supposed to save you, to love you, to do anything for you, and in the final moments, she left. You're meant to rule the world together, or at least be together. That's what all this was for, and now it's over. And like, she dies anyway, like, come on, man! At least if you're gonna leave someone hanging, you don't die afterwards, fuck. If you liked the video, please give it a like and consider subscribing. Because at 100,000 subscribers, which is fucking crazy by the way, as if we're actually approaching that, I'm going to be cutting my hair and donating it to charity. But thank you for watching, that's cool of you to make it all the way here, I appreciate that immensely, you have no idea. I just want to shout out my members real quick, especially Jay, Granite, Alexander Colburn. You guys are awesome, thank you for your amazing support, I really appreciate it. And of course, Lavender, Zyla, Sam, Louise, Alyssa, Takaru, and Alan. Thank you guys, and thank you for watching. Have a great day, and have a great life. Hope I was in